I stand to give a statement on report on the VRET Progress Report 2022-23 tabled during this government. And it's quite fortuitous that I had planned to give this report today on energy and renewable energy in Victoria, given what has been announced today in the nuclear space. So I'm very glad I have this opportunity to talk to this report, but I will also give some reflections on what has come out of today's media report and, basically media reports at very low level. So last year in Victoria, 38% of electricity came from renewable sources, which is something this side is incredibly proud of. We've consistently seen Victoria have lowest wholesale rates of energy in Australia, and we're seeing tens of billions of dollars of investment coming to this state in renewables. Generations of jobs. It's all here for Victorians, and we have a clear pathway over the next 11 years to get 95% of electricity generation in this state from renewables. However, today, amid deep divisions between state Nationals and Liberals, deep divisions between Liberal state and federal Liberals, we have seen a policy of nuclear to be rolled out across this country, and one of those nuclear reactors to be in Gippsland. Now, hundreds have signed my petition to say no to nuclear reactors in our community, and I would like the opposition to explain what a nuclear reactor will do to agricultural land values in proximity to the nuclear reactor. If somebody owns pristine, critically important farmland, if a nuclear reactor is built or indeed flagged on that land and they want to resell that property, what will it do to their land property? Farmers' water supply. In time of drought and low supply, will the local water be prioritised to a nuclear power plant, or will it be prioritised for farmers, local farmers who are there operating today? Taxpayers footing the bill. How much is this reactor in Gippsland going to cost? How much will it need to be subsidised by taxpayers? How much will it cost to store the waste? We know that in Fukushima, when the reactor melted down, if there is an accident, who is on the hook for that risk? We know that it was, I may be wrong, I think it was something like 100 billion or 500 billion, whatever it was, one of the biggest listed companies in Tokyo went broke overnight. What is the size of an exclusion zone in an accident, and what compensation will be paid for those in the vicinity? How will nuclear compete with cheap renewables? I'm very glad that the opposition shadow spokesperson for energy has stopped talking about baseload energy. I think he's figured out that baseload is fine, and he's now changed his language to firming, so he sounds like he absolutely knows what he talks about. But how will nuclear compete? In Ontario, I think it is, they've just had to install a battery besides a nuclear power plant because it can't export its power for much of the day, much of the month and much of the year. And Mr McCracken is sitting there looking bewildered, but that is how it is, Mr McCracken. So how will the community be protected in the instance of fire, flood or earthquake? What will Peter Dutton and the Liberals and Prosciutto and the Liberals here, and indeed the Nationals, do to ensure the community is protected in the instance of fire, flood or earthquake? Fire, flood or earthquake. And thank you for picking me up on my grammar. I really appreciate that. And tell me, what is the position of this policy of Mr Chester and Martin Cameron, those members on the ground, in touch with their local community? What is their position? How do they feel about nuclear reactors? Because I can tell you, the people I'm talking to, the people who are signing my petition, the conversations I'm having in communities are telling me they don't want a nuclear reactor in their community. And Victorians across the board don't want a nuclear reactor in this state. When they want to drive down to the prom, they want to go down there risk-free from a nuclear reactor. Farmers in South Gippsland don't want their pristine agricultural land near a reactor. Eastern Gippslanders driving to Sale or further on don't want to drive past a nuclear reactor, whether it's our water, whether it's our land. No matter what it is, people don't want a nuclear reactor, and it'd be great if you could get your heads together, stop leaking to the Herald Sun on your separate opinions, come up with a decent energy policy and bring it to the people of Victoria. Thank you.